quite a fair move. Screaming about it can't help you.
Let him have it. It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But, sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Welcome back to the show. I'm the Star Wars Daddy with another video, and we're doing another collection-focused review. We just had the Bossk come out a couple weeks ago. We had a Darth Vader before that, and now we're doing my Chewbaccas. Wait a second. Let me put on my snow hat. Boom! There it is! I've got on my Chewbacca. I got this thing at Disneyland, I think, is where I picked this thing up. And it's a Chewbacca snow hat. And it's fitting for the time of this video for all of my Chewbaccas. I have 10 graded Chewbaccas in my collection. I've got another loose one that's up here, but we're not going to worry about that guy. And I think I've got a couple loose ones that are around the collection as well. But we're going to go over all of my graded items. And I've got a bunch of loose graded. I've got a mint on card that's graded. And I've got a bunch of customs that are specialty items that are graded as well that we're going to go over. If you're watching this, I'm 1 day away from coming home from my trip to Asia where I went to Indonesia. I hit up Jakarta. I hit up Bali. I am going to Tokyo. And you'll probably have seen a lot of shorts on that vacation, if I survived. I'm still debating whether or not I'm alive or not at this point. I don't know if I'm going to survive. I hope I do. Otherwise, this whole entire collection has gone to waste, and what a waste of time that was. But make sure to check out all of my shorts. Make sure to check out all of my previous videos you might not have seen in the description down below. Go ahead and click there, and you're going to see a whole bunch of links to a bunch of the best videos that I've put out so far, and links to all of my socials as well. You can find my TikTok and my Instagram, my eBay. Oh, go to my eBay. Make sure you follow me there. I've got 1,200 followers. I've sold 22,000 items in 15 years on there. And so you know you're talking to an expert. All I have is vintage Kenner Star Wars items every single week. And there's always a video that comes out on a Wednesday that shows all of the eBay items that were sold the Sunday before. Make sure to check out those videos as well. I'm not going to bore you with much talking today. We're going to get right into the video, so let's do it. Chewbacca was a Wookiee male warrior, smuggler, mechanic, pilot, and resistance fighter who fought in the Clone Wars, the Galactic Civil War, the Cold War, and the subsequent First Order Resistance War. He hailed from the planet Kashyyyk. Even though Chewie was released on the Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Power of the Force card backs, Kenner never updated his figure mold. The only way to get a different looking Chewbacca is to locate bootlegs released in other countries. What a missed opportunity. All right, we're going to start off with something that is not too thrilling, but it is one of those Wonder Bread trading cards that came back in 1977. It's only graded 6, but I have the full collection of all these Wonder Bread cards, and this is Chewbacca. It says, Chewbacca, 100-year-old giant Wookiee who co-pilots the Millennium Falcon, has large blue eyes that soften his frightening appearance. And this was the 9th card, I believe, in the release, because it says 9 on the back. And I love it. I love the grade. It makes the card look nice. Can't even tell it's a grade 6. I wouldn't even know a grade 6 from a 7 or an 8. They all look nice to me. And that's it. First loose graded item here is a normal Hong Kong COO. It's a grade 85 from CAS. Nothing really special. This is your typical Chewbacca. And if we look on the back, this is going to have the medium-sized Hong Kong right here. There's one that has a real big Hong Kong that goes over much of the leg. And then you will see one here coming up that has a very small Hong Kong COO. There's also the Taiwan, which we'll also view. But, I mean, 85, this guy is in great condition and looks super nice. Looks like he's fallen out of the peg hole here. So perfect. He's already messed up. Yep, he's out of the peg. Okay, here's another one, and this is also Hong Kong, a COO. This is a Kenner release, pretty standard. His feet are both in where they're supposed to go in the acrylic. And this one's only graded a 75. Probably why I kept it, because the resell on a 75 Chewbacca is just not going to cut it. But this one that we went over in my CAS unboxing video, which will show up right here on the screen. But you can see that it has that iridescent coloring on the satchel there. It's got like a kind of like a neon green color and kind of sparkles a little bit in the light. And that's why I kept this one, because that one, people call it a variant, but I believe it's just a paint degradation. But it looks cool, and I want to have it. And this one has the really small Hong Kong COO on the very back. Hong Kong's written real tiny right there. So again, it's different from the one we just looked at as far as the color of the satchel and how the COO is on the back. All right, next, they probably all look the same, and it really does. There's not much different about this one than all the others that we've seen so far, except it is 90 plus. It's a 94.1 graded by CAS, but this is the Taiwan version. So on the back of the leg here, we're going to see the word Taiwan right here. So this was from a different factory that came out. But, I mean, look how bright the white bandolier is on the back. And here on the front, how blue those eyes are. Oh, they're dreamy. And this is an amazing item. I sold off another one because I sent this one off for grading. And this was an obvious upgrade, I mean, with a 90 plus. So I sold off, I think I had an 85 or an 80 plus. And I sold that off a long time ago and then put this one in the collection. Another item from that CAS unboxing is the Mexican bootleg Chewbacca. Look at this guy. Look at that beard he's got, and the red bandolier, and this big hole here in the hand. I'm not sure. There must have been some sort of a weapon or something that went into that hole. Or, let's see, it was on the back of the hand too? Nope, it's just in the front. So it must have been something that had to do with that. It's not like it was somebody tacked something in there and ruined the figure. It was part of the design. It got an 80, and there it is. It's your unarticulated bootleg. That means that unarticulated means that none of these joints move. It's one solid piece here. If it was articulated, there'd be something that moved. The arms move, the head moves, the legs. And this is from the 1980s, it says. It's not focusing for whatever reason. 1980s bootleg, super cool looking Chewbacca.
Chewie, come on! I need help with this giant hairy thing! Stop moving!
All right, and now we're going over to Spain, and this guy looks exactly the same as those first three we looked at, except for the fact, well, let's look over the grade first. It's an 85 plus, circle on the foot, PBP, no COO. So when we go to the back here, we're going to see that there is no COO here written. There's no Hong Kong or anything written on the leg. And then if we go underneath, we're going to see, if I can get it to, yeah, right here on the foot is a EPM circle, which depicts that this is the one from the Spanish PBP factory. And super nice, great grade, 85 plus. Is awesome to get a figure from Spain all the way over here and get such a high grade. Why is this thing not focusing very well? Here comes another figure that looks almost the same, except this one is from Brazil. It's from the Glasslite factory, and look, it has a different gun. This is the Zuckus gun that came with this guy. It is, oops, almost lost him. It's unpainted satchel here. It's just the normal brown that goes in there. There's a little bit different bandolier and the coloring on the bandolier. We look on the back of the leg here. It has a different COO that's different than all the other ones. This LFL date was a little bit higher on all the other Chewbaccas. This one's like dead down the center, and then there's no country of origin that's listed. And, you know, the coloring just looks like it's a little bit faded on the figure. And there is a little bit of paint rubs here on the bandolier and up here on the teeth. And that's probably why I got the 75 plus. But still, a figure that came from Brazil, again, to get here, to get graded over all those years and to still come out with the 75 plus is outstanding. Okay, last one that is loose graded. That's normal. And we'll see this Chewbacca looks a little bit different. He's a little bit thicker, a little bit shorter, kind of looks like. The coloring's a little bit different. The limbs are like a darker brown. And then we can see the bandolier is completely different than the ones we just looked at. It's more of a solid squares and then these lines going through. The face paint is a little bit different as well because this one is a Uzay, which is a Turkish bootleg. And these came out in 1988. And so these were unreleased figures, again, bootlegs that came out. And this is awesome. It did come with a weapon. I do not have that, obviously, in this grade. They're super hard to find and very expensive. But I am thrilled to have this in my collection. I believe I only have maybe one other Uzay in my collection. I'll have to look, but I can't remember which one it is. But if not, this is the only Turkish bootleg that I have in my entire collection. They are so hard to find and so expensive. And so just thrilled. And I think I got this one from Rogue 5 Toys from Chris, which is also 5 Idiots Talking Toys. Give them a little shout out, and all their stuff's going to pop up right over here on the left. And this is just thrilled to have this in my collection. Super awesome. All right, we've got a giant custom item. And it's going to come with some pretty impressive stuff. Look at this guy. This is your vehicle maintenance energizer. It's like a mini rig. It came out in, in the when did this come out? I don't even remember. 1982 or 3? It's probably when that was released. I'll put up a little comment here about how dumb I am, and we'll see the date. But this is the Little Letty. So this release for the Energizer here is a Little Letty release. So it came from Mexico. And same thing with Chewbacca. So here we go. We've got a Little Letty Chewbacca. He's graded an 85, which is incredible. That's by UKG. And he was released in 1977 from the Little Letty factory. And on the back, I think it's just going to be the no COO. It's probably hard to see, but there's nothing there. And his gun is different too. It's going to be like, I think it's a matte black, and it's solid black is the bowcaster. And then if we look at the vehicle maintenance energizer, it got an 80%. And again, it's from Mexico, Little Letty. So this custom is incredible. I had a loose graded Chewbacca that was a Little Letty by itself. I sold that one off. I had a graded maintenance energizer, sold that off, and combined it. But I got this from, I believe I got this also from Rogue 5 Toys. Okay, we've got a mint on card, and I went over this on a mail haul video. But this is your 1984 Power of the Force Chewbacca with his collector's coin on the Power of the Force card. There is some yellowing to the blister, but I got, you know what? Hey, guess what? I got this from 5 Idiots Talking Toys and Rogue 5 Toys and picked it up loose, not graded. And Chris sent it off for grading for me and came back with a 75, which I think we were thinking it might be a 75 plus beforehand. So I got a really nice price for it, and I really appreciate it. And this was part of the 30-day turnaround. So I got this item back super quick from CAS. Yeah, I mean, this is just an incredible item. I don't have very many mint on card figures, and so I'm happy to have this one in the collection. And, this is probably it's probably a Hong Kong COO. Let's see, where does it say this was made? Hong Kong. So yeah, this is going to be a right here. It says made in Hong Kong. So that's going to be a normal Hong Kong COO. Hopefully it's the one with a gigantic Hong Kong on the leg. And then I would have all the different versions of the COOs, I think, for the Kenner released Chewbacca's. Okay, everybody, I'm going to put a little angle to this. This here is an incredible piece. It's signed by Peter Mayhew. And it's custom graded with a no COO Chewbacca. So this isn't the no COO Little Letty or any of the other items, the PvP that we looked at. This is just a normal Kenner released no COO Chewbacca. And so it's actually different with the COOs than any of the ones we looked at. It was probably released on a Tri-Logo or a Palitoy card over in the UK or in Europe. And it's signed right there. We've got the certificate of authenticity from this. And it was, I'm almost positive that this item was actually in Peter Mayhew's personal collection. I'll have to double check, but I am almost positive that this whole entire, there's a this thing up here. There was a giant auction, and I picked up another item from his personal collection, and I believe that everything that was being sold from this particular seller on eBay was all items that were from his own personal collection. But I will double check, but I'm pretty sure, because I got some other items as well that came from his personal collection that I'm going to go over in a future video. We look at the grade here, 85% from UKG, no COO, 1977. But this item, I mean, it's gigantic. I'm gonna back it up here so you can see how big this is. I mean, look how big and heavy this item is. But super incredible item, and thrilled to have all of these items in my collection.
Hey, I don't get it. It's just a dead animal, Chewie.
Chewie, wait, go! Nice work.
Okay, that's it. That's all those Chewbaccas, all 10 of them. And again, there's a few sprinkled out throughout my collection. I just didn't think was worth showing because there are already ones that we have that are graded. And so those are the premier items in my collection. A bunch of incredible items. And that's why we're doing this video, because I am proud of all those items that are in my collection and having so many different Chewbaccas. Even though so many of them look exactly the same, you would never know that there's anything different about them unless we do videos like this. Hey, make sure to check out the past videos. I got that Bossk collection review video that came out. I've got the Darth Vader one that came out that are going to be just kind of like this video, where I'm going to show you some movie clips and words, Chewbacca, and different details about the figure in general, and then we go over all those items in my collection. So those videos have happened. Make sure to check out my eBay videos. There's going to be one that we skipped a week because I've been on vacation when this video that we're watching right now comes out, but I'll have them starting back up in just a couple of days. So make sure to look out for those videos. I also have a mail haul video that came out while I was gone on vacation. Make sure to check that out. There's some incredible items that have been stacking up in my collection that we made a video about. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Leave some comments. If you think there's a figure in my Chewbacca collection that I don't have, please put it down in the comments. Give me something to put on a list so that I can add that to my collection later. I would really appreciate it. And until the next time, who's your daddy? It is a photo of Chewbacca signed by Pater. Signed by Pater.